Here is Robin.
Uh-oh. Okay,
Uh-oh.
so yeah, that was an uh-oh for me. Hi, everyone. Um, I want to get back to my screen. I'm trying to separate my screens. So, um, my name is Robin Coventry, and today we're going to be talking about cleaning up your energetic field. So, so Emma, do I have my presentation back?
You do.
Okay,
It's
great.
up.
Thank you. All right, wonderful. So questions, I'll take questions at the very end of the presentation. We are light beings, and we are created by light. And without Creator's light, we would cease to exist. Because we are light bodies, our light bodies include flesh. The light sustains our flesh, the same way that oxygen and hydrogen sustain water. When our energetic fields become bombarded with life and issues from life, I call it negative debris, our energetic field changes. Newborn babies, when they come into this world, feel good to be around because they are pure energy. They are the closest thing we have to pure energy. They have not been programmed by the world yet, which is why they feel so good. Whatever name you choose to use, it makes no difference when it comes to what you use for the universal energy. You could use Creator, Creator of all that is, Great Spirit, Allah, Jehovah, God, Source, Yahweh, Ancient of Days, Infinite Intelligence, and there are more. Mother, Father, God, Divine Energy, they're all the same. And when we understand that, it helps us to lose the divisions that we have created amongst mankind. The thing for us to realize is that each one of us is precious, and so is everyone on the planet. Everything is energy. The energy of the universe communicates with us through our morphogenetic field, which are the energy forms around our body. They are inside a toroidal field that is constantly moving, constantly evolving, constantly expanding and compressing. A field that contains energy and everything about us. It's also called a torus. We are much more than our bodies. We know that. We're energy workers. Our heart and our brain connection, when we can pair the two, are so powerful, and we can accomplish great works by doing this. Heart math, if you've ever heard of heart math, they give instructions on just how powerful the heart is. Through our toroidal fields, we are connected to everyone and everything around us. So, what's in your morphogenetic field? Do you look at life in a positive way? Do you see the magnificence in every single person? Or are you someone that hits the negative, focuses on negativity, or is really quick to point out flaws and what you see wrong from your perceived perspective. The majority of people on our planet have both negativity and positive outlooks. Some can lean more in one direction than another, some are balanced. And why is that? It's because we're trained from infancy. When we're born, as I mentioned before, we are pure. And then we start taking on the training of our parents, instructions from people. We are guided and directed. We're stopped. We're squelched, or we're allowed to be free flowing with information. We go to schools, whether you were in private or public schools, and you're programmed. We're programmed by authorities, peers, parents, the news systems. We're bombarded with information that changes our perspective on life and through our daily living. So, from that infant to where we are now, we've experienced a lot of life, and hey, yay, that's why we're here. We want to experience life and we want to learn from the lessons that life has brought before us and showed us. However, through energy work, it has been discovered that we do not have to keep the negative programming of our youth. We do not have to keep the negative programming that we accumulate over the course of our life. Tesla was right, and Tesla could be a course all on his own. Tesla um, was brilliant when he said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. I'm sure most of you have heard this. This man has paved the way for so many changes in our reality. And taking his information to the next level is going to manifest even greater things on our planet. This slide's here just to show you that little rainbow strip, and it's a little off center, but close to the center. The visible light spectrum. Sometimes people say, well, I can't see it, I don't believe it. Well, this is to show you that there's so much outside of our line of sight, what we perceive, and so much outside of our audio sense that we cannot hear. So doubting that energy is there should be made moot from this particular electromagnetic spectrum. Everything around us has a frequency. You, because of each life experience that you've had, have a frequency that is unique to you. Even if someone has gone through similar things or the same incident, you still have a unique, identifiable, forgive me, energetic signature that only indicates you, no one else, because no one has had the exact same experiences that you've had. Plants, trees, animals, minerals have this identifier, and man-made objects as well, because everything is energy and everything is moving. I'm not a religious person, but this calls to mind in the scriptures, the Bible, where a sparrow falls, one sparrow, and our Creator knows that that sparrow has fallen. It's because their energetic field has changed and left their physical body because of their signature. Our lives are altered by our senses. Our energetic field is altered by our senses. What we hear, what we taste, what we see, what we smell, what we touch. what we think about, how we move, and our actions as well. Sounds, entertainment, the words we say, what people say to you, they affect us. The food we ingest, it affects us. Again, entertainment, whether it's games or movies or sporting events or it, the list is endless. Love, when we see love, when we see violence, because we're perceiving it and it becomes part of us. What we smell, the senses, the products, the smoke, products in our homes, so many things, what we touch. Our sense of hearing, I'm going to go through these senses, starting with the sense of hearing. I put this up because I wanted you to see the yellow zones are where we start having some issues with hearing. The red zones can cause permanent damage, especially over a period of time. Sound can actually kill us. Sound can make us happy. Sound can make us feel good or stress us out. A muchly discussed topic is the difference between 432 hertz and 440 hertz. Water exposed to 432 hertz looks like a radiant little sunflower. Water exposed to 440 is denser. 440 hertz is an aggressive, disruptive hertz level. Most music, and this happened back in the 50s, was changed to be tuned to 440 hertz. And there could have been something nefarious behind that, but that's not what we're here for today. You can change the frequency of your own music because there's online programs that you can look into that will change your digital music from 430 to 432 hertz, which is a more beautiful hertz frequency. It's harmonious, and even if it's, oh, let me pick something, a, a song, from your youth, or Stairway to Heaven, or I don't know, any song you can convert to 432, and it'll be a lot more comfortable listening to. We know about sound because Emoto, a great man, great researcher, discovered that sounds can alter water. Sounds can create beauty in water or create something that's disgusting or harms water. And this leads us to our bodies. We're 63 to 85% water. Babies have more water in us than adults. As we get older, we start dehydrating a bit. Our organs are made of water. Our blood, 90% water. So it's very important that we pay attention to the sounds around us, how they affect us, what we ingest. But that's into another sense, that's taste. So how clean are the waters of your body? What do you listen to? Entertainment, hearing and sight. I'm not saying stop watching movies with violence in them or playing games where people annihilate one another, or that's not for me. But if it's something that you enjoy, the thing about that is Learn to clear yourself after you're finished. Because what we see entrains our mind and can lessen our disgust of negative behaviors. It can cause us to be numb to war, trauma. The entertainment world is full of it nowadays. I personally really like watching Gerard Butler, and I watch all of his movies. When he has one, I watch it, and some of them are violent. So, what do I do when I'm finished? I clear myself of any negative feelings that arose inside of me, any feelings of anger, resentment, feelings of violence, feelings of anything of a negative nature, and clear it from my energetic field. Our sense of taste. The foods we eat are very, very important, and we've all heard and we know um, that the FDA is pretty much broken with the uncontrolled pharmaceutical industry and the additives in the average American's food. If it isn't organic, it's been sprayed with pesticides or it's got preservatives in it that are unhealthy for us. There's vaccines that are given to children that we know are loaded. So again, this is our what we're intaking into our body. Um, there's glyphosates on food. There's additives in our food. It's poison to us. What we drink, how good and what is the quality of the water you drink? Water is the most precious element on our planet, for without it all life would die. What about the food you eat when you put food in a microwave oven? I know that it's difficult for people to consider giving up their microwaves, but you're radiating your food and you're taking all the nutrients out of it by putting it in a microwave. And then what do you have left? All right, you might have something that has a flavor or a taste, but the nutrients are gone. Do you bless your food before you eat it? Back in 2013, I had an article published in Om Times magazine called Raise the Vibration of Your Food. Bless it with a code. In one of the handouts, there's a link to that article so that you can read it and learn how to bless your food. Our food goes through a maze of hands, of processing equipment, of people. If the person in the field picking your vegetables had a lousy day and they're ripping the food from the ground, or the machine breaks down and they cuss at the machine, that's storing negative energy in that food. You're getting the negative energy from the individual, and then it goes to the processing plant. And somebody might be having a rough time and they're working with your food and they're bagging it up or putting it through the machines um, in water that has not been blessed. What about those plants when they're pulled from the ground? They experience pain. That was proven back in the 60s. Damen Hur over in Italy, um, they do uh, they record the singing of plants. Plants can sing, and they do, and you can Google that one. They have feelings, And the lie detector tests that were done back in the 60s prove that plants have feelings and they can react emotionally. So, if they're pulled from the ground, they have fear, they have pain. If you're a meat eater, what about the animals that are butchered? Did they experience pain? Were they kept in one of those massive slaughterhouse pens? Were they raised that way? Did they touch the ground and feel the earth under their feet? All that food has the energy of the feelings that those animals experienced, and the people that handled your food and plants before it gets to your plate. This is the importance of blessing your food and everything you drink. Yeah, bless your beer, bless your wine, bless your alcohol if you drink, bless your food, bless your waters. It's very important that this be done for us all now. Inside us, there's something else. If you've never done a cleanse, you need to do a cleanse. This particular slide, I taught an intuitive anatomy class. It's a 15-day course. I could almost spend a whole day on parasites, which I'm going to spare you that. This is the only slide about them. They're not only in our intestines, they can end up in other areas of our bodies. If you'd like to see some examples of them clearly, you can go to YouTube and Google parasites, internal parasites. There's all kinds of disgusting videos that have been done to show you just how serious of a problem they actually are. When you start to do a cleanse and you start feeling crappy, okay, you've got this detox going on, but they've been communicating with you psychically, depending on how long you've had them in your body, and they can alter the way you feel. They can make you feel their distress. They can make you crave sugar. They can make you crave food they want to eat. And you don't even know it. You just think it's a thought of your own. But they can communicate their own thoughts to you, just like plants and animals can communicate their thoughts to you. Most people have parasites inside, and it's amazing when you clear them how much clearer you feel. So I suggest that people clear in the spring and the fall of the year. All right, your sense of touch, the products you use on your skin, your hair, your scalp, your fingernails, your eyelids, your lips for women, um, cleaning products you use in your house. I'm sure many of you are very conscious of these things now. The big thing nowadays is cell phones. Do you know that the same amount of frequency that we get in a microwave oven is coming out of your cell phone? And you would never think about putting your head in a microwave and turning it on, yet you will hold a device next to your head and allow it to irradiate something that's very, very precious, and that's you. You can muscle test with a cell phone on your body with your arm extended to the side. Two people can do this. Push down on the arm while the cell phone's on the body and the person's weak. Hold the arm out and remove the cell phone, and that they will muscle test in a positive way because their body is not weakened by that electromagnetic field from that cell phone. Our sense of smell. Ah, how amazing it is this time of year to smell honeysuckle blooming, or lilacs in the early spring, or how clean the air smells after a nice rain. We have to be concerned about our indoor air pollution as well as outdoor air pollution. What are we breathing in? What types of household products are you using? Are you burning candles, scented candles? Do you know what is in that fragrance that's being cast into your air? Just a question. There's off gassing in different areas of our lives. New carpets in homes. Make sure if you get new carpeting to air the house out really well before you allow children to play on it. You can buy air filters, air purifiers to run inside your home. You can use eco-friendly products that smell good. Essential oils are a great way, cool diffusion, to scent a room if you like to have different types of scents. And they have health benefits as well. Ask them not to put the new car smell in your car. It's a spray they use. We want to be able to breathe in the purest light energy possible. So we need to be conscious of what we breathe in, our breath, because our breath really helps to modulate our bodies. What about your thinking? Do you have monkey mind? Can you focus? Your thoughts are very powerful. We know that. Do you monitor your thoughts? Are your thoughts often negative? Do you think negatively about other people or about people? I don't like to use the word other because we're all connected. Do you find fault with yourself? Do you look in the mirror and look at your flaws, or do you look in the mirror and see your perfection? Each one of us as individuals have to stand alone because our mission on this planet is our own. We're all here for a reason. So we need to be able to be responsible and qualify the energy that we send forth out into the world through our thoughts. Thoughts, words, and deeds are all recorded by you in your own Akashic records. And this is done at the spiritual level. There's not a scribe sitting somewhere recording all of this. Are your thoughts positive or are they negative? When I think a negative thought, and I do, I'm human, I'm getting much better at avoiding them. But I immediately, when I catch myself, say cancel, clear, delete. Creator of all that is commanded, cancel, clear, delete, cancel, clear, delete. Just cancel, clear, delete. That thought, whether it's a form of judgment at something or another person. So your thoughts and your actions, how do you use your thoughts? When you look in the mirror, do you see love? Do you love you? Do you wake up every morning and say, I love you? Well, you know what? If you did do that in your mirror when you wake up and you look at yourself, your perspective and your intent that you're setting for the day is much better than waking up and saying, oh my God, look at my hair. Oh, I forgot to take my makeup off and my lipstick is down to my chin. Why not just chuckle in a situation like that and say, you're a mess and you're a beautiful mess. Do you gossip about people? Do you talk about people? That old saying, what goes around comes around. It's most important for us not to put out negative energy about anyone. We're not here to judge somebody else's ride. We're here for our own. Do you emotionally or physically harm people, or mentally? These are things that we need to think about and stop doing if we want to evolve in this lifetime. Are Do you place yourself in the form of judgment? You know, that person's overweight. They must eat junk food. Well, that's not necessarily so. It could be a thyroid issue. It could be the mercury fillings causing their obesity. How do you know? What gives us the right to judge anyone? The greatest universal law is the law of love. And the more we can all focus on love, the better this planet is going to be and become. Our words are very, very powerful. We have to be careful what we say about ourselves, what we agree to or with, and how we use our words. Some of those old programs that were given to us years ago, like money is the root of all evil, seriously? It keeps money from coming to you. What about the one that I remember when I was in school? We only use a small portion of our brain. Yikes, talk about shutting society down. We have a brain, and a brain that can be used and opens up far more when we start clearing all this stuff I'm discussing today. What about weight loss? I need to lose weight. Well, honey, let me tell you, if you lose it, what do we do when we generally lose something? We want it back, or it comes back to us, or we want to find it again. Just say, I, hmm, I think I need to change that word release because I don't want that could be looked at actually the same way because you're calling it back in. It's time for my excess weight, to leave my body. My fat cells are thinning out. What about the sense of lack? Something else. I can't afford it. Those types of words, again, keep money from coming into your life. If we can see all that everybody is worthy, they deserve it. So do we. You're worthy and you have a life mission. Love yourself. The greatest thing you can do is to love yourself because Creator loves you. And if you deny love for you, you're denying Creator because Creator is in you. You are an extension of Creator. How can I say that? Because you are energy and Creator is everything. And you are part of everything. You are part of the one. One of the most important things that we can do for ourselves is to stay grounded. Don't need to go into that, but keep yourself grounded. Now, how about getting rid of some of this stuff? We accumulate negative debris over the course of our lifetime. It builds up in our negative energetic field. It's called baggage. I call it negative debris. If we can pull in negative emotions and feelings, we can take them out. How do we do this? We do this in the brainwave of theta. The theta brainwave is the brainwave that that hypnotists use to reprogram individuals. Children from ages 2 to 7 live in the theta brainwave. It's their programmable time of life, which sets them up for life during those foundational years. So how do you get in a theta brainwave? By focused thought. It's a meditative state of mind. You go deeper and deeper and deeper, and before you know it, you're in the theta brainwave. And then you can work magic. So you might ask, how do I find my stuff? Well, your dowsers. You can dowse for it. You can muscle test for it. How do you look for it? Start with your parents. Start with your relatives. Did you have an overbearing mother growing up? Did you have an overbearing father? Were you abused? Were you criticized while you were in school? Were you bullied? Start looking at all aspects of your life and douse. You might have to go back into past lives. So, what do you do with it when you find all this stuff? And that's going to be a part of an upcoming book that I have. You pull it or you clear it. So, the decree, the intention, the command, or requested. You can use either of those words, decreed, intended, commanded, requested, in that space that's running across that line. Creator of all that is, it is commanded that the following be pulled from this body on all levels, past, present, and future, from the entire genetic line with grace and ease in the highest and best ways. And then you say what you want pulled. This is very powerful, and you can do it. After you say what you want taken care of, pulled, you say, I know how to, when to, where to. It is safe and possible for me to do so now. Thank you. I am grateful. It is done. Show me. Then be a witness. Visualize it. If you have difficulty visualizing it, imagine it, because your imagination will train your visualization techniques, because you're showing your mind what you want to do when you make this type of command. And then there's something called downloads. I love downloads. Downloads are anything that you're missing. For instance, if you were adopted and you never really knew the love of your birth mother or the love of your birth father, you can download yourself with Creator of all that is. It is commanded that the following be downloaded into the body on all levels, past, present, future, into all ancestors with grace and ease in the highest, best ways. What it feels like to know a mother's love. What it feels like to know a father's love. What it feels like to be appreciated by my mother. What it feels like to be loved by my spouse. Downloads are just like computer software. If our brain is like the most powerful computer on the planet, we can pull out the old software and we can download ourselves with new. It's an amazing process, and this is done in the theta brainwave, and you can do it. Again, when you're finished, you visualize it happening, because we need to show the energy of the universe what we expect by seeing it. So what can you do? You can meditate, you can clear out negative debris, you can download positive affirmations. These downloads are much more powerful than affirmations. You can monitor your senses. Take in knowledge and learn. Seek out knowledge. Seek out teachers. Ask the universe for the teacher that is going to help you at the phase of life that you're currently in. Clearing up your energetic field opens up your senses and your higher sensitive senses, so that you can tune in to your intuition more than you ever have before. These super senses need to have the debris cleared out from around them. This is something we all have. You see people that are good at it, you can be too. Something else. As we learn to live in love and grow in love and understand that love is the highest universal law, we, as evolving humans, want to live with the virtues. We want to experience the virtues in our lives. We want to know how it feels to be virtuous. Because when we're virtuous, we are ascending higher and higher. Now, I have some suggested books that if you've downloaded my contact information, these are listed um, for you to read. Amazing books that will take you to a whole new level of learning. I also have an online school called Cody Plus You, where you can take the free course Uniquely You. New courses will be added to this school all the time. And my first book, I have a few more in the works right now, is available on Amazon. That's mentioned in the handout that you were given. There you can get over 3,000 downloads, virtuous downloads. The text at the beginning is quite interesting. And after you read it, if you do read it, please let me know what you think about it. Also, in social media, you can find me on Facebook where I give a list of downloads every single day. And I've been doing this since 2012. On Instagram, you can find a variety of inspirational information that will encourage you in your life. So look for Robin Coventry on Facebook and become a part of my group, Cody Plus. So that's my talk for the day. So let me exit this show. And come back to everybody. Hi. Um, does anybody have any questions? Emma, were any posted along the way?
We did have one question. How do you convert any song to 32 hertz?
Let me see if I can get to the chat and actually scroll down because I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said, Emma.
Maria asked how you convert songs to the hertz.
Uh, so, so Maria, what you would do is to go online and actually just Google that. How do I convert 440 hertz to 432 hertz? There's a number of ways. I believe I mentioned Audacity, Adobe Auditions, and Audacity, but there's other software programs out there, and it's not difficult to do. Are there any other questions? Questions or comments or um, I'm a theta healer, and I've taken many classes in theta healing, which is where my uh, where I experienced the most development in my life. Um, I'm a Reiki master, and also, but I've not shared my Reiki with people except at a distance. I mostly worked with plants and animals and trees. Um, as dowsers, we know that we have to clean up our stuff um, because we work with energy. Now, some of us are happy with how we are, and that's okay. But overall, we want to, well, let's say, we're all here to learn and we're all here to grow. If this lifetime is an amusement park ride and you've lived thousands of lives, some people have really horrific lives because they wanted to change. Others have blissful, peaceful lives because that's what they choose. Some come and go quicker than others. It's all to do with our energy. It's all to do with our choices before we came here. And each one of us is here to learn and to grow and develop. We can backslip a bit because we have free will, or we can move forward in our lives. It's up to us as individuals. No questions.
If anyone wants to raise their hand, you can do that now and we can unmute you and have a conversation.
Well,
Donna Lee said thank you for the handout.
oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Donna Lee. Uh, Sheila, you're welcome. Thank you, Donna Lee, for your comment. That's lovely. How do we clear parasites? Good question, Sheila. There's all kinds of cleanses that can be done to clear parasites. The master cleanse was the one that I used, and that's pretty tough. If you have diabetes, you don't want to use that one, or if your immune system is compromised. Um, that one, it's pretty heavy duty, but you can find gentler cleanses on the market. And you can also speak with your naturopath or your physician. They might question why you want to do it because I think that parasites have become an accepted part of our society, and um, but it's very important to cleanse. So look, cleanse, and I have that written out if somebody wants to send it to you via email. Testing, but in all honesty, if we can speak honestly, they can be cleared. You might find that some other parasites might disappear too. Okay, Stanley Burroughs' Master Cleanse. They make their home unacceptable for them. microscope, you can check it yourself. If not, you can have your doctor do it for you. Now, wormwood and walnut extracts, you can. Any other questions? Am I wormwood does change a body. Treated her with homeopathy, um, Bach flower remedies, and Reiki, um, and lots of love and care. And she lived with me for 3.5 years until she died. Then I found Theta Healing, and I became a Theta Healing instructor, and I became a certificate of science, which is the highest level of Theta Healing that you can get to. So that's what changed my life, because I learned how to really work with energy, and there are no boundaries. We can do so much and make changes in so many things. Downloading your property, clearing energetic fields, um, clearing stuff that's built up over the course of our lives. I've seen so many people healed of amazing things, even phobias like the flying. You know, those things just vanish like that. Things that we as energetic workers can do that, and you can always email me. You have my email address. I'd like to experience with things that's also we can heal. You can do something called heal the baby, which blessing the child in the womb, clearing out, and in the handout that I gave you, there's something, a child, a little added something just to help you get through some of those. It's all about helping each other, and it's all about helping beings that were meant. You will actually start glowing in the dark, and I kid you not. Why is that? Energetic field is intoxicated with negative debris, grief. Field becomes grayed and heavy. Clear in this, down, clear the baby in the womb. There was a teen, if a mother need to be pulled from that baby. So you get in that and you can sit there so you can get there fast. The more you use it, it's like a muscle. Um, I can't. So what do? Okay, Carol.
Said she
Hello.
are not
This. I do sessions with people. There's all around. So many people go with it. Um, so uh, my sessions are, um, and in person